In this video, we're going to be comparing a bolt-on aluminum guitar neck with a wooden guitar neck to see how they sound different. We're going to set up a microphone and make some audio clips and then compare them back to back so that we can see the differences in how these two guitar necks sound. If that sounds interesting to you, be sure you watch this video. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jason Johnson from Fuzzlord Effects, and on this channel we do gear demos, tech talks, and other music-related videos for folks interested in doom metal, stoner rock, and other kinds of heavy music. So if that's your kind of thing, be sure you subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other videos that we have posted. You can keep up with me on a daily on the Instagram page at Fuzzlord Effects. Go to fuzzlordeffects.com to check out what kind of stuff we have in stock. Or you can check out the Fuzz Life podcast to hear weekly episodes where I get to talk with and interview other people in the music industry. Before I forget, I want to do a special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters, whose names are flashing on the screen right now, who help support this channel. If you like what we're doing and want to help out too, we'll leave a link for our Patreon page in the description. And again, I really appreciate each and every one of you that's helping support the Fuzzlord Effects YouTube channel. So what we're going to do in this video is take my PVT-60 guitar that has an aluminum electrical guitar company bolt-on neck on it. We're going to take the neck off, reinstall the stock wooden PV guitar neck, and then we're going to play a couple riffs through a few different guitar pedals and my Laney AOR50 amplifier and mic it with a SM57. Then we're going to take the neck off, reinstall the aluminum guitar neck from Electrical Guitar Company, and then play the same clips again, and then we're going to hear them back and forth so we can really compare the tonal differences between these two guitar necks. We're going to play a clean riff, we're going to play something with a little delay on it, we're going to play a couple different fuzzed out riffs, like one more melodic and riffy, the other one like heavy bar chords. And then I'm gonna play something with like a medium overdrive to kind of get an in-between sound also. For guitar strings, we're gonna be using 13 to 62 Diodario baritone light gauge strings. I tuned to B standard. I really like the 13 to 62 and it's got a wound third string. So that is why I like these strings and they're easy to get. So I'll leave a link in the description in case you want to try them out. It's what I've been enjoying lately. But this is what we're going to use for both the different guitar necks for this demo. So before we get started swapping out necks and then doing the sound demos, I'd really be curious to know what you think the sound differences will be before we actually hear these two different necks. Again, we're going to be using brand new strings on both necks, the same tuning, the same pickups. So really, we're going to get a nice comparison between these two necks. So leave a comment below and let us all know what you think the sound differences are going to be before we hear them. So we're using a PVT-60 guitar for the sound demo, which is a very cool American-made guitar from the 70s. Something really interesting about them was that this was one of PV's early production model guitars that used a lot of CNC-made parts. So they did a lot of manufacturing in-house, and if you want to learn more about the PVT-60, check out the other video on the Fuzzlord Effects channel where we talk all about the PVT-60 guitar. So the aluminum guitar neck that we're using in this video is from Electrical Guitar Company, which originated in Florida, now is based in Alabama. They started in the early 2000s, and they were a bit of a tribute or highly inspired by the old Travis Bean guitars, which were made out of aluminum. Something I want to point out in this video is that we're using a bolt-on aluminum Electrical Guitar Company neck. They make some guitars that the neck actually runs all the way through the body, one piece, and the tail piece connects to the bottom of the neck. So it's essentially almost like a neck through body, and the body, a lot of those guitars, the aluminum body ones, are actually hollow. So it's an aluminum neck through body style construction with a hollow shell. I just wanted to point that out, that those guitars likely sound quite a bit different than the conversions we're seeing lately with the aluminum neck bolted on a wooden body guitar. Something else I wanted to point out about the Electrical Guitar Company bolt-on aluminum neck is that they don't have a truss rod at all. So that there's literally no adjustment for the neck relief on these guitar necks. They're made to be essentially flat. There's just the tiniest bit of neck relief in this neck that I have, but that's something that makes a lot of luthiers or guitar folks uncomfortable in general, is that these aluminum guitar necks are not built in a traditional way as a normal wooden guitar neck. So first of all, no truss rod, so we don't worry about adjusting the neck relief. And some of the aluminum guitar necks are actually hollow on the inside with a aluminum fretboard bolted on top. The last thing I'll say is that these aluminum guitar necks are very heavy. Sometimes you'll put them on guitars like a Telecaster and they will do the classic neck dive thing. Good news about PVT-60s, since they are so heavy, they balance very nicely with the weight of the neck and you get a very playable guitar out of it. So we're swapping out these guitar necks, and I wanted to take the opportunity to go ahead and weigh these necks while we're at it. So the EGC neck weighs 3 pounds 8 ounces, which is extremely heavy. I mean, that is just a couple pounds less than like what Stratocasters weigh, for example. So compare that to the stock neck of the T60, which weighs 1 pound 9 ounces. So right off the bat, we're bolting on aluminum guitar neck. We're adding on almost 2 pounds onto a guitar that was already pretty heavy. So something to keep in mind when you're thinking about getting aluminum neck. Again, I'm Jason from Fuzzlord Effects, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you do, as well as liking the video. Why don't you leave a comment below and let us all know which guitar neck you thought sounded better. I want to know what differences you could hear in them and also where you are watching from. Again, you can keep up with me on a daily on the Instagram page at Fuzzlord Effects. You can check out fuzzlordeffects.com to see what kind of t-shirts and pedals and things like that we have in stock. The Fuzz Life podcast for when you're driving around or working out and you want to hear some interviews or people just talking about music stuff in general. And as always, we really appreciate each and every one of our Patreon supporters whose names are running on the screen right now. If you would like to help support the channel and keep videos like these coming out every week, you can check the link in the description to head on over to our Patreon page to become someone who supports the channel. Until next week, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and I look forward to talking to you next week.